Hi children, good morning one and all. I welcome you all to today's video class. This is the fourth part of the video class, that is the transformation of sentences. In today's video class, you are going to learn the transformation of sentences, that is from simple to compound and compound to complex. Okay children, before to start today's class, let me explain what is simple sentence, what is compound sentence, what is complex sentence. You should know the definition for each one. Okay, fine. And more than that children, this classification of sentences, that is simple, compound, complex, is based on the structure. Therefore, we call this classification as a structural classification of sentences. Okay, fine. What is simple sentence? A sentence that has only one finite verb and has only one main idea. That type of sentence is called a simple sentence. So, simple sentence is a sentence that has only one finite verb. It may have only one main idea. It may have phrase or may not have phrase. See this sentence, being weak, he cannot walk fast. Here the only main verb, only main or the finite verb cannot walk, can walk it has. So, only one finite verb, a simple sentence has in it. Okay, come to the compound sentence. What is compound sentence? In the compound sentence, you have two main classes, or otherwise you can call you have two independent classes. They are connected by a coordinating conjunction. See this example. He is weak. He cannot walk fast. This is one main class. He cannot walk fast is another main class. These two main classes are hereby connected by the coordinating conjunction. So, therefore, it is a compound sentence. So, in a compound sentence, you may have at least minimum two main classes, or they are called independent classes. They are connected by coordinating conjunction. Sometimes you may have more than two main classes also. And then come to the complex sentence. What is complex sentence? In the complex sentence, you have only one main class with one or more than one subordinate classes. That's very important. See the example, as he is weak, this is a subordinate class. Dependent class, he cannot walk fast is the main class. Why we call this class as a subordinate class? Because this class depends upon this main class for the completion of its meaning. Therefore, we call this class as a subordinate class. And this as is a subordinating conjunction. We have many conjunctions like this subordinating conjunction: as, since, if, unless, when, after, so, though, although, even though. These connectors, these conjunctions are called a subordinating conjunction, because if you add this conjunction to the main class, then it will change or transform the main class into a subordinate class. That's the thing, that's the reason. Okay, fine. Now I hope you understand children. What is simple sentence? A sentence that has only one main idea and only one finite verb. Good. What is compound sentence? In the compound sentence we have two independent classes, two principal classes, both are connected by a coordinating conjunction. Then come, what is complex sentence? It is a sentence where you have only one main class and one or more than one dependent classes, that is the subordinate classes. These subordinate classes depends upon the main class for the completion of its meaning. Okay children, I hope now you understand the structure of symbol, the structure of compound and structure of complex sentences. Now I will explain how simple sentence can be changed or transformed into compound and complex. That is the main idea of today's video class, the transformation of sentences. Before that, see, I will give you list of conjunctions. List of conjunctions. A simple sentence is a sentence, as I told you, has only one main idea. It has only one finite verb. Okay. A simple sentence has only one finite verb. See, these charts give you a clear idea about the simple sentences that begins with phrases. See, simple sentence. A simple sentence may begin with the phrase being, on account of, because of, due to, and then owing to, in the event of. So, a simple sentence may begin with these phrases, but it is not mandatory. A simple sentence may have this phrase or may not have. But see, in case of, in spite of, after, on plus verb plus ing, having plus present participle. So a simple sentence may have these phrases, or a simple sentence can start with these phrases. Okay, children? Yeah. See, being, on account of, because of, due to, owing to, in the event of. And then in case of, in spite of, after, on plus verb plus ing, then having plus past participle. Okay, now I will explain you the basic principles behind this transformation. How a simple sentence is transformed into compound and complex sentences. Okay, fine. See, being. First, to begin with, being. Being clever. Being clever, he solved. Being clever, he solved the problems. He solved the problems easily. So the given sentence is a simple sentence because being clever is a phrase. He solved the problems easily is a main class. If a sentence has one main class with a phrase, then it is called a simple sentence. Here you have got only one finite verb, that is solved. Now you have to change the simple sentence into compound sentence. What procedure you have to follow? You know that in the compound sentence you have two main classes and both are connected by coordinating conjunction. So first, already you have one main class. Only thing what you are supposed to do, you have to expand this phrase into a class. To expand a phrase into a class, what procedure, what steps you have to take? Yeah, you have to introduce a subject, then you have to introduce a finite verb. Then the phrase becomes a class. What's the subject here? He. Okay. Being clever. So you can, what is the being? As you have being, present participle, you can introduce a be verb. He is. He is clever. It is already there. Use as it is. So now you have expanded this phrase into a class by introducing subject he and then be form of the verb is, because you have the sentence starts with the being. He is clever. Now you got one class. Another class already you have there. He solved the problems easily. So now see, to your wonder, you have two classes. See, he is clever is one main class. He solved the problems easily is another main class. Now you have to select the proper coordinating conjunction which connect this. He is clever, so that's all. So now you got a compound sentence. He is clever, so he solved the problems easily. Okay, children. Now you have to go for the complex sentence. See, he is clever. He solved. He is clever. He solved the problems easily. Now what is the structure of a complex sentence? In the complex sentence, there should be only one main class and one or more than one subordinate class. Main class is he solved the problems easily. You have to change this main class into a subordinate class. If you add or if you affix a subordinating conjunction with this main class, then it will become a subordinating class. As he is clever, he solved the problems easily. Now see the simple sentence. Being clever, he solved the problems easily. The simple sentence changed into a compound sentence. He is clever, so he solved the problems easily. See, he is clever, he solved the problems easily. But one thing here you have to notice. What is it? Yeah, I would like to say solved. Here it is a finite verb. The finite verb is in the past tense. Okay, children? Yeah. Then you have to use the correspondent past form of the verb. Then instead of is, you better can use here was. Now see, he was clever, so he solved the problems easily. Yeah, now you could understand. So, the two main classes should have the coordination of the tense form of the verb. Okay, fine. See, come to the third one. He solved. Here also in the main class, the finite verb is in the past tense. So, here also you have to use the correspondent be past form of the be verb. Then what is it? Was. Yeah, now you read, as he was clever, he solved the problems easily. Understand, children? Very good. He was clever, so he solved the problems easily. Fine. Next, I'll give you another example. As we have to see so many sentences in today's video class, I will go little bit fast. Kindly follow me, children. Be with me. Okay, fine. Due to, second, due to heavy rain, the meeting was postponed. Due to heavy rain, the meeting was postponed. Okay, the given sentence, this is a given sentence, it is in the simple form, that is simple sentence because it starts with the phrase due to heavy rain. Then you have to change, as I told you already, this phrase should be expanded into a clause. Then you have to introduce a subject. Here what is the subject? Rain, actually. So it rained heavily. When you change this phrase into a clause, subject is it. In the previous sentence, you used the same subject here also, but here we cannot use such things because here rain. Here what is the subject? The meeting. So it can be replaced by it. Okay. So it is a dummy subject. It is also called the introductory subject. So it, main verb rained. It rained heavily. See, why I have used here the past form of the verb rained? Because here we have past form of the verb was. Okay. So it rained heavily. So the meeting was postponed. See, due to heavy rain, the meeting was postponed. It rained heavily. So the meeting was postponed. Okay, next, what's the complex sentence? As it rained heavily, the meeting was postponed. So here I followed all the principles. When you change the simple sentence into compound, you have to introduce one main class. So this phrase should be expanded into a class. For that you have to introduce a subject. Here I introduce a dummy subject or introductory subject it because it stands for the rain. Then rained, I used it as a verb. It rained heavy. It's an adjective. It should be changed into an adverb. It rained heavily. Already we have one main class. The meeting was postponed. Just we have to connect this by choosing the proper or appropriate conjunction, coordinating conjunction. It rained heavily, so the meeting was postponed. So I introduced subordinate conjunction as it rained heavily, the meeting was postponed. Okay, children? Fine. Then third example. So you pay your good attention. Listen to me very carefully, children. Small changes should be noticed very carefully. It will help you to understand this transformation process well or easily. Next, owing to. Okay, fine. Let me give you a sentence. Owing to his illness. Owing to his illness, he cannot attend the meeting. He cannot attend the meeting. Owing to his illness, he cannot attend the meeting. Okay, fine. Now, owing to his illness is a phrase. This should be changed into or transformed into a clause. Then what is the procedure? Yeah, you have to introduce a subject, he. Then be verb is. He is ill. He is ill. Then connecting word, coordinating conjunction. So he cannot attend. He is ill, so he cannot attend the meeting. Okay. So now you got the compound sentence. Why I used be form of the verb, that is in the present form, because here we have future, that is present can. Can is the actually is a model auxiliary, but the form is present. Therefore, the corresponding present form of the verb I used is. Okay, fine. Then you have to transform it into a complex sentence as he is ill, he cannot attend the meeting. As he is ill, he cannot attend the meeting. So we changed the simple sentence owing to his illness, he cannot attend the meeting into compound he is ill, so he cannot attend the meeting, and the complex as he is ill, he cannot attend the meeting. Okay children? Yeah. Then fourth example, we can go for the fourth one. You just observe how the changes are taking places, how your teacher transforms simple sentence into compound and complex sentences, and every sentence begins with different phrases. Next, due to. Already I have given you one sentence. Okay, so better we can go for because of. Already I have given you one example for due to. Because of his richness, because of his richness, he helps everyone. Because of his richness, he helps everyone. Okay. So here because of, the sentence begins with this phrase because of. It is a simple sentence. You have to change it into complex, compound. He is rich. He is rich, so he helps everyone. As he is rich, he helps everyone. Okay, just look at all these examples. Because of his richness, he helps everyone. He is rich, so he helps everyone. As he is rich, he helps everyone. So in all these examples, you can find one thing common. That is, in all these sentences, we have affirmative ideas. That is, the positive ideas only is explained through the sentences. All the sentences expresses the positive ideas. So through positive ideas, you have to explain certain things. Suppose sometimes you may have something negative. In such cases, you have to change the coordinating conjunction. You have to change the subordinating conjunction also. I will give you one or two examples for such sentences also, children. Listen to me carefully. In these examples, you can find negations, that is negative ideas. See, being poor, he helps everyone. See, actually here ideas are contrast to each other. Contrast ideas. He is poor. Normally what we expect, a poor person cannot help the other people. But here he is poor, but he helps everyone. So when if you have these ideas are in contrast to each other, there you have to use different conjunction, that is but. See, he is poor, but he is poor, but he helps. He is poor, but he helps everyone. Okay children, could you follow me? So when you have ideas contrast to each other in a sentence, you have to select appropriate coordinating conjunction for to connect such sentences. Okay, fine. Then in the complex, though he is poor, Though he is poor, he helps everyone. Though he is poor, he helps everyone. Okay, could you follow me, children? In this way, if you have ideas to contrast each other, you can select the appropriate coordinating conjunction and appropriate subordinating conjunction. And next, for example, one more example I will give you. Being ill, he attends a meeting. Being ill, he attends a meeting. Actually, here also the ideas are contrasted to each other. He is not feeling well. He becomes sick. Then what we expect? He cannot attend the meeting. But in contrast to that, here he is ill, but he attends the meeting. So, he is ill, but he is ill, but he attends the meeting. Okay, he is ill, but he attends the meeting. Though he is ill, he attends the meeting. Okay, so he is ill, but he attends the meeting. Though he is ill, he attends the meeting. In this way, when ideas are contrasted to each other, you have to select the appropriate coordinating conjunction and the appropriate subordinating conjunction. When ideas are going hand with each other, when ideas are positive, when ideas are uniform, then you can select so, that is cause and result. And then as, that is a cause, that is a result. But here when you have the contrast ideas, you have to select appropriate coordinating conjunction for that. Okay, children? Fine. Next, let me give you some more examples. Okay, next. Despite the bad weather, he went to Ooty. Despite bad weather, despite bad weather, he went to Ooty. Here also you have ideas contrasted to each other. When the weather is not favor, when you have bad weather, you won't like to travel to other places. That is the quite common. That's a common psychology of the people. But in contrast to that, here the weather is not good. The weather is so bad. But he went to Ooty. Now you have to change this sentence into compound. The weather was bad. The weather was bad. But he went to Ooty. The weather was bad, but he went to Ooty. Here you have selected the coordinating conjunction, but when, because the ideas are contrasted. Though the weather was bad, complex sentence, though the weather was bad, he went to Ooty. Okay, could you follow me, children? Could you understand these things? Good. Despite bad weather, he went to Ooty. The weather was bad, but he went to Ooty. Though the weather was bad, he went to Ooty. Okay, fine. So when you have contrast ideas in the same sentence, you have to use their but in the compound sentence and though in the complex sentence. In spite of his poverty, see second one, in spite of his poverty, she is always cheerful. He is always cheerful. See this example. Mostly when one is fined or when one is in poor state of mind, when one is in a poor economic state, you cannot find such a person cheerful always. But in contrast to that, here what happens? He is in poor state of mind. He is in poor state, economic state. He is very poor. He is suffering from poverty. So in spite of his poverty, he is always cheerful. Here, he is poor. This is an adjective form. Poverty is an abstract noun. Okay, he is poor, but he is always cheerful. So poor, poverty. Poorness is also an abstract noun. Okay, poverty is also an abstract noun. Poorness is also an abstract noun. But poor is an adjective. Okay, so when you are going to expand this phrase into a class, this abstract noun should be changed into adjective. He is poor, but he is always cheerful. Though he is poor, he is always cheerful. Though he is poor, he is always cheerful. That's all. Okay, children, could you follow me? Yeah. Next example. Next example. Despite playing well, he was not selected for the semi-final. See, despite playing well, he was not selected. Despite playing well, he was not selected for the semi-final. He was not selected for the semi-finals. Okay. So this is the given sentence. The given sentence is a simple sentence, and it begins with the phrase "despite playing well." Okay. Now you have to change it into compound. He was not selected. So passive structure, it is in the past form. Accordingly, you have to change or transform or to expand the given phrase into a class. He played well. So now you are introduce a subject and the final verb played. It is in the past form because the corresponding sentence, the verb of the tense form of the verb in the corresponding sentence is also in the past form. Okay. He played well, but he played well, but he was not selected. But he was not selected for the semi-final. For the semi-finals. Okay. You got compound sentence. Complex thou he played well. He played well. He was not selected for the semi-finals. Okay. Yeah, good. Now you got all the three forms. Simple sentence. This is simple sentence. This is compound, and this is a complex sentence. So you should be very careful when you are going to transform the simple sentence into compound and other forms, complex forms. Okay, fine. Next. Next, in the event of practicing well, what will happen? You can win the match. In the event of practicing well, you can win the match. This is the sentence what they have given. In the event of practicing well, you can win the match. Now you have to change it into compound sentence. Here, most of these sentences which begins with in the event of, here the subject is understood. So you can start a sentence just like an imperative sentence. Practice. practice well, practice well, and then only the connector, practice well, and then only you can win the match. Practice well, and then only you can win the match. Okay. Next, complex. If you practice well, comma, you can win the match. Okay. So if you practice well, you can win the match. This is a conditional class because here a condition has been laid down. Unless you fulfill the conditions, you won't get the result. That is the nature of this type of sentences. Okay, in the event of practicing well, that is a condition. What is the condition? You have to practice well. Then what is the result? You can win the match. So without changing the meaning, we have to change the sentence into compound. Practice well, and then only you can win the match. If you practice well, you can win the match. Suppose sometimes in the event of not practicing well, you cannot win the match. If you have sentence like that, how can you change? Let me give you that example also. Let me explain. Sometimes children, you may have this type of sentence. In the event of, suppose here, in the event of, let me add not. Okay, in the event of not practicing well, here also you cannot win the match. If you have sentence like this, how will you change? Okay, it's not so difficult. See, again, practice well, or otherwise. That is to represent the negative, to represent the opposite ideas. Practice well. If you don't do such things, or otherwise you cannot win the match, or otherwise you cannot win the match. Then what might be the structure of a complex sentence? There we add if, here unless. Unless you practice, here yes, unless you practice well, what will happen? You cannot win the match. Okay, unless you practice well, you cannot win the match. Could you find the different children in the event of, in the event of not? If a sentence starts with in the event of, then there you have to have the coordinating conjunction and then only. But if a sentence begins with in the event of not, there you have to use the coordinating conjunction or otherwise. And if a sentence begins with in the event of, there you have to start the complex sentence with the if. But if a sentence begins with in the event of not, then the complex sentence must begin with a unless. Okay, keep it in your mind, children. Don't forget. Okay, next. See, in case of running fast, you can catch a train. You can catch that train. In case of running fast, you can catch the train. Now you have to change it. Run fast, and then only run fast, and then only you can catch the train. Okay. So as I told you already, in these types of sentences, the subject, that is the doer of the action, is understood. Okay, fine. So the sentences begins with a verb like imperative sentences. Okay, fine. Run fast and then only you can catch a train. What's the complex? If you run fast, you can catch the train. So this is complex, this is compound, this is simple. Okay, fine. So in case of running fast, you can catch a train. Run fast and then only you can catch the train. If you run fast, you can catch the train. So as I did, what we did earlier, if you have not, that is negative, or if the ideas are contrast, what will happen? How can you change? Let me introduce this. See, in case of not running fast, what will happen? Suppose if you change this affirmative into negative by in case of, here I will add not. In the case of not running fast, you cannot catch a train. Okay, here also add not. Okay, fine. Here run fast, or otherwise you cannot catch the train. Run fast, or otherwise you cannot catch that train. Then what is the complex? Unless you run fast, come on, unless you run fast, you cannot catch the train. Okay, unless you run fast, you cannot catch a train. So in the event of, in case of, when you have not, in the event of not or in case of not, complex sentence begins with a unless. Compound sentence you have or otherwise as a coordinating conjunction. But in case of and in the event of, if you have the same phrase in the beginning of a sentence, then you have and then only as a coordinating conjunction and if as a subordinating conjunction. Okay, fine. Next, on account of his simplicity, everyone likes him. For example, one more sentence I would like to give. On account of his simplicity, on account of his simplicity, on account of his simplicity, everyone likes him. On account of his simplicity, everyone likes him. Okay, this is a given sentence. He is simple. The simplicity is an abstract noun. This should be changed into adjective. He is simple. So what happens? So everyone likes him. So everyone likes him. What's a complex sentence? As or since, both you can use. As he is simple, everyone likes him. As he is simple, everyone likes him. Okay, fine. Next. See, after completing his work, he went out to play. After completing his work, he went out to play. Here, two actions are spoken of. The first completed one should be expressed, and then you have to express the second one. Both actions should be connected with a proper coordinating conjunction. Which one is completed first? Finishing his work. Completing his works is the first action. Going out to play is the second one. So the first action should be expressed first. He completed his work. He completed his work. And then he completed his work and then he went out. And then he went out to play. See, you have to select the coordinating conjunction suitably in such a way that it should connect the first completed action with the second completed action. That's very important, children. You have to keep in your mind. He completed his work and then he went out to play. In the complex, after he had completed his work, he went out to play. Here one thing I would like to say, when two actions are compared in the same sentence, the two actions, the first finished one should be expressed in the past perfect tense. The next or the second finished one should be expressed in the simple past. That is the rules behind the use of the tenses, sequence of tenses. Here you have to observe the rules of the sequence of tenses. When you compare two actions, the first completed one should be expressed in the past perfect tense and the second completed one should be expressed in the simple past. That is what I followed here. After he had completed his work, he went out to play. Okay, children? Fine. Next. Okay, fine. On seeing the police, the thief ran away. On seeing the police, the thief ran away. Okay, fine. So here the thief saw the police. The thief saw the police, because there we used past form. The thief saw the police and then. The thief saw the police and then and at once. And at once, the connected word, and at once. The thief saw the police and at once he ran away. So here you have to be very careful when you are going to expand the given phrase into a class. Instead of thief, if you use the police, then total sentence will be ridiculous. So the thief saw the police and at once, he here stands for the thief. He ran away. Then in the complex sentence, how can you change it into complex? As soon as the thief saw the police, he ran away. Okay. Here you can use when also. When the thief saw the police, he ran away. But why we use as soon as? Just to intensify the quickness or the suddenness of the action. So as soon as the thief saw the police, he ran away. On seeing the police, the thief ran away. The thief saw the police and at once and immediately. Both you can use as a coordinating conjunction. He ran away. As soon as the thief saw the police, he ran away. Okay, children. Next. What's the next one? Having completed his project. He submitted it for evaluation. He submitted it for evaluation. Okay. So, having completed his project, he submitted it for evaluation. How can he change this sentence into compound? What is the first completed action? He completed his project. He completed his project, and then he submitted, it for evaluation. Okay, he completed his project first and then he submitted it for evaluation. Complex. After he had completed his project, he submitted it for evaluation. Okay, so having completed his project, he submitted it for evaluation. Compound, he completed his project and then he submitted it for evaluation. After he had completed his project, he submitted it for evaluation. Okay, fine. Next, let me give you some more example for the other models. See, the sum is too difficult. The sum is too difficult for me. The sum is too difficult for me to understand. Here this is generally called a 2-2 model. 2 is an adverb. It intensifies the problem, or it intensifies the nature of the adjective that comes next to it. Okay, see, difficult, very difficult. So the main function of this adverb to TWO is here to intensify the nature or the magnitude of the adjective. See, the sum is very difficult. Now you are going to change the given sentence into compound. The sum is very difficult, and so, or the sum is very difficult. See, for me they have given the sum is very difficult. How can you change? The sum is very difficult for me, and so I cannot understand it. The sum is very difficult for me, and so I cannot understand it. Here you have to introduce here. It stands for the problem, the sum. Okay, complex sentence. The sum is so difficult. The sum is so difficult that the sum is so difficult for me. The sum is so difficult for me. The sum is so difficult for me that I cannot understand it. The sum is so difficult for me that I cannot understand it. So now you have changed this. This is generally called a 2-2 model. As I told you already, this 2 is an adverb. It intensifies the nature of the adjective that comes next to it. Okay, see other examples. I work hard. I work hard. I work hard. For what? I worked hard in order to become a successful businessman. I worked hard in order to become a successful businessman. Successful businessman. So I work hard in order to become a successful businessman. How can you change? I work hard and so I become. I work hard and so what happened? I so become successful businessman. I worked so hard. I work so hard that I become a successful businessman. This is a complex sentence. Okay. I work hard in order to become a successful businessman is a simple sentence. Then I change the simple sentence into compound. I work hard and so I became a successful businessman. I work so hard that I became a successful businessman. Okay, fine. Next, you must work hard to succeed. See, and then you must work hard so that you can succeed. You must work hard, then only you can succeed. Those examples and all I have given you. You must walk fast to reach the station in time. A different example. See, you must walk fast. You must walk fast to reach the station in time. To reach the station in time. So you must walk fast. Here to reach the station is an infinitive phrase. Okay. So you must walk fast is the main class. So the given sentence is a simple sentence. Now you have to change the simple sentence into compound. You must walk fast or you must walk fast or you cannot reach the station in time or you cannot reach or you cannot reach the station in time. Unless you walk fast, you cannot reach the station in time, or simply you can say you must walk fast so that you can reach the station in time. You must walk fast so that you can reach the station in time. Unless you walk fast, you cannot reach the station in time, or if you walk fast, you can reach the station in time. You can change in that way also. The complex sentence can have that form also. You must walk fast so that you can reach the station in time. Otherwise, if you walk fast, you can reach the station in time. Unless you walk fast, you cannot reach the station in time. Okay. But whatever may be the form, one thing you have to keep in your mind, children, the meaning should not get disturbed. I hope to score centum in maths. Another sentence I will give you. I hope to score centum in maths. How can you change such types of sentences into compound? I hope to score centum in maths. I hope to score centum in maths. I hope. I will score centum in maths. I will score centum in maths. And it's my hope. Compound sentence. See, this is a pure prediction. This is your hope. You may expect such things to happen. So when you are going to change such types of sentences into compound and complex, you have to follow the rules properly. See, I will score centum in maths. I will score centum in maths and it's my hope. I will score centum in maths and it is my hope. And it's my hope. Okay. Then what's the complex? I hope. What do you hope? I hope that I will. I hope that I will score. I hope that I will score centum in max. I hope that I will score centum in max. Okay, children. So I hope to score centum. This is an infinite phrase. It is used here as a, how it is used? Object. I hope what? Scoring centum in max is my hope. Okay, fine. When you are going to change such types of sentences into compound, I will score centum in max, and it is my hope. Complex, I hope that I will score centum in max. Okay. Sometimes using the relative pronouns also. Relative pronoun. You can change a simple sentence into compound and complex. How? I bought an old house. See, using the relative pronoun. What are all the relative pronoun? To refer to persons, who, whom, whose. To refer to things, that and what and which. To refer to place, where. To refer to time, when. Sometimes the relative adverbs also can be used as a relative pronoun. I bought an old house. I bought a house and it was old. See, I bought a house and it was old. Now I have changed the simple sentence into compound. I bought a house on main class. It was old was in another main class. It is connected by the coordinating conjunction and. I bought a house. I bought a house which was old. Here which is a relative pronoun. It defines its antecedent, that is the house. Okay, so I bought a house, that is which defines the antecedent, which house. Okay, I bought a house which was old. In this way, using the relative pronoun, you can change the given sentence into complex. Okay, our sister, we sell fresh vegetables. The vegetables are fresh and we sell it. We sell vegetables that are fresh. Okay, see that example also I will give you and I will explain. See, we sell fresh vegetables. We sell fresh vegetables. See, vegetables are fresh and we sell them. Here them stands for vegetables. Vegetables are fresh and we sell them. We sell the vegetables which are fresh. We sell vegetables which are fresh. Okay. So in this way you can change the given simple sentence into compound and a complex. One more examples. I will give you two more examples. With that I would like to conclude today's session. Okay. For our sister Archana bought a car. Sister Archana bought a car last month. Okay. See, Archana is our sister. Compound sentence. Archana is our sister. Archana is our sister. And she bought, Archana is our sister and she bought a car last month. This is a compound sentence. Archana is our sister and she bought a car last month. Then using the relative pronoun, you can change the sentence into complex. Archana, who is our sister? Archana, who is our sister, bought a car last month. So using the relative pronoun that stands for the person, you can change this given simple sentence into complex sentence. So Archana, who is her sister, bought a car last month. Okay, then I'll give you the last sentence. Before that, let me show you the conjunctions. See, simple sentences which begins with the phrases already I have shown you. Next, compound sentences. What are the coordinating conjunctions you have? See this list: compound sentences and so. Sometimes we may have and so, or. See, otherwise, or otherwise, but, then yet, and then, and at once, and immediately. Okay, so the conjunctions which are used in the compound sentences: and, so, or, otherwise, but, and, so, or, otherwise, but. Okay, then here, yet, and then, and at once, and immediately. So these coordinating conjunctions are used in the compound sentences: and, so, or, otherwise, and then but, yet, and then, and at once, and immediately. Okay, fine. Then what are all the subordinating conjunctions which we can use in the transformation of sentences, or say complex sentences? A complex sentence may begin with this subordinating conjunction as since, after, if, unless, when, as soon as, and thou, although, even though. Sometimes it may start with the after. Yeah, see, as, reason, since, reason, after, time, if, condition, unless, also, condition, when, time, as soon as, time, and then thou, class of concession. So a complex sentence may begin with all these things: as, since, after, if. As and since both are used to refer to the reason, after refer to the time, that is the completion of an action. If is a conditional class, unless is also used to as in the conditional classes, when is a time marker, as soon as the quickness of the time. So, and the last thou is used to as in the concession classes. Okay, fine. Then the last example, one more example let me give you. With that I would like to conclude the today's session. See, it's a different example. So I hope I have discussed with you many good examples of different types in today's video class. So you have learnt the secret of the principles, the secret of the transformation of sentences, and the rules that are behind all these things. He confessed his guilt. See, he confessed his guilt. Now the given sentence, he confessed what? His guilt is an object. He confessed his guilt. He confessed he was guilty. Yeah, he was guilty. First compound sentence. He was guilty and he confessed. He was guilty and he confessed it. Okay. Then complex, he confessed. What he confessed? He confessed, see relative pronoun that, yeah. He confessed that he was guilty. He confessed that he was guilty. He confessed his guilt, simple sentence. He was guilty and he confessed it. He confessed that he was guilty. Okay, children, I hope that in today's video class, I discussed with you a good examples for the transformation of simple sentences into compound and complex sentence. A simple sentence may begin with phrases or without phrases. I enlisted all the phrases and I have given you example for all the phrases. Okay, being, in spite of, in the event of, on account of, because of, and all other things I have explained to you. So in all these simple sentences, every sentence begins with these simple phrases. So a simple sentence may have this phrase or may not have this phrase. Okay, and due to, owing to, on account of, in spite of, despite, in the event of, in case of, and then after also. So I hope I have given you very good examples for all types of sentences. So you have learned today the principles that are existing behind the transformation of sentences. So with this, I would like to conclude today's session, and the remaining things we will see in the next video class. Thank you children. Have a nice day.